slightly at the edge. Small shadows moved across the garden wall. A silver spoon turned slowly in its dish, as if the day had heard a distant call. The flowers leaned together in the breeze, their petals trembling gently overhead. I rested both my hands upon the table and let the moment go where it was led. Nothing asked me to remember, nothing asked me to forget. When the terrace began to waltz, everything moved 3 by 3. Curtains, leaves, and summer shadows turning gracefully with me. I had nowhere else to wander, nothing waiting to be said. So I gave the hour my hand and let the whole world dance instead. A little breeze moved through the open arch. The porcelain gave one delicate reply. Far beyond the railing, roofs grew pale beneath the slowly deepening evening sky. I used to think that beautiful things were meant to happen 2 by 2, but some of life's most graceful hours arrive when no one else is due. Maybe joy can enter quietly without announcing why it came. When the terrace began to waltz, everything moved 3 by 3. Curtains, leaves, and summer shadows turning gracefully with me. I had nowhere else to wander, nothing waiting to be said. So I gave the hour my hand and let the whole world dance instead. There are dances meant for crowded rooms, and others only evening knows. One begins with someone taking your hand, another starts when you let go. When the terrace began to waltz, I rose slowly from my chair. Every blossom seemed to follow, every ribbon of warm air. I didn't need a partner for the evening to feel complete. I simply turned once with the breeze and smiled before I took my seat. Glasses had been gathered from the tables. The warmer part of day was almost gone. Far beyond the roofs the sky grew deeper, and still I didn't feel the day was done. I stood a moment underneath the awning, listening to footsteps farther down the lane. There was nowhere I was being called to, and somehow that no longer felt the same. Tomorrow still belongs to me. There are mornings I have yet to see, roads I haven't thought of taking, names of places still unknown to me. I have carried many seasons, I have watched so many leave, but tomorrow still belongs to me. I used to think the finest days were numbered, as though beauty slowly closed its door. Now I know the years don't only take things, sometimes they teach us how to notice more. A distant window opens somewhere above me. Someone laughed and disappeared inside. I smiled without a reason I could explain, and started walking with the changing sky. I am not waiting for my life to return. It never really went away. I haven't heard in doorways, small surprises waiting quietly. Let the years come as they will, I have more of me to give. Tomorrow still belongs to me. So I turned once toward the water, then toward the road ahead, not to leave my life behind me, but to meet what comes instead. An ivory fan lay folded by my cup, its painted flowers faded at the edge. I opened it and felt the evening air move gently from the garden to my face. Beyond the wall, the distant water gleamed. clouds were thinning overhead. The day had lost its brightest summer heat, and softer colors gathered there instead. I used to think the finest hours had to leave a story in their place. The ivory fan at sunset opened slowly in my hand, little painted flowers moving with the air above the sand. Nothing happened worth remembering, nothing called me from my chair. Still I knew that I would keep the feeling of that evening somewhere. The porcelain had cooled beneath my hand. A gardener closed the little wooden gate. I watched the shadows lengthen by the wall and felt no need to hurry with the day. I folded up the fan and opened it just for the pleasure of the sound it made. A tiny click, then summer air again. So small a thing, and yet I wish to stay. Perhaps a life is partly made of moments no one else would ever name. The ivory fan at sunset opened slowly in my hand, little painted flowers moving with the air above the sand. Nothing happened worth remembering, nothing called me from my chair. Still I knew that I would keep the feeling of that evening somewhere. Not every treasure needs a ribbon, not every joy must leave a sign. Some arrive without announcement and become precious over time. The ivory fan at sunset closed as evening cooled the air. I placed it gently by the teacup beside the flowers resting there. No photograph, no special reason, nothing anyone could see. Just one beautiful small evening that belonged entirely to me.
Beneath the old hotel arcade, with summer folded loosely at my sleeves. The stone was warm beneath the evening air, somewhere close, a curtain touched the breeze. Beyond the columns, water changed its shade, from turquoise into something pale and slow. I stopped where iron railings faced the coast, with nowhere I was asking life to go. Once I thought a good day needed plans. Now I let some hours choose themselves. The hour the sea turned silver, I had nothing left to chase, just the cooling air around me and the years upon my face. No one called me from a doorway, no appointment asked me when. So I stayed until the water changed its color once again. A waiter carried lanterns through the hall. Their little flames were waking one by one. A linen jacket rested on my arm. The heat of afternoon was nearly done. I heard 3 notes from somewhere far inside. Perhaps a radio, perhaps a violin. I never found the room they traveled from. I only like the way they wandered in. Some things are sweeter left unknown. A passing sound can be enough alone. The hour the sea turned silver, I had nothing left to chase, just the cooling air around me and the years upon my face. No one called me from a doorway, no appointment asked me when. So I stayed until the water changed its color once again. There were years I hurried through, afraid that slowing down meant falling behind. Now an evening without purpose feels like something life was saving for its time. The hour the sea turned silver, lanterns opened down the hall. I had missed no grand occasion, I had answered no one's call. Still I carried something homeward that no calendar could name, just the sea becoming silver and a man no longer in a race.
The garden air was warm against my skin. distant sail moved slowly out of view. I heard the piano somewhere down the coast, and suddenly remembered something old. I must have been no more than 17, in shoes that never quite stayed on my feet. You held one hand and showed me how to turn so patiently across the living room. You never told me dancing made us brave. You only smiled and let me find my way. The waltz my father taught me still returns from time to time. A steady hand, a gentle turn, a room I carry in my mind. You said don't watch your feet so closely, let the music show you where. And all these years have passed, but I can almost feel your hand still there. The afternoon grew softer by the shore. A breeze moved through the flowers near my chair. I stood and smoothed the folds along my dress, then took one little step into the air. No ballroom waited underneath my feet. No orchestra was playing just for me. Only the distant piano and the breeze, and something young returning quietly. Perhaps we keep the smallest things the longest, a way of standing, turning, letting go. The waltz my father taught me still returns from time to time. A steady hand, a gentle turn, a room I carry in my mind. You said don't watch your feet so closely, let the music show you where. And all these years have passed, but I can almost feel your hand still there. I have crossed more rooms than I remember. I have danced through joy and through goodbye. But whenever life has made me uncertain, I hear your patient voice somewhere inside. The waltz my father taught me feels more precious every year. Not because I wish to turn back time or make the old days reappear. You simply taught me how to move. When I was frightened I might fall, and maybe that was more than dancing. Maybe that was love after all. Bougainvillea leaned above the wall. Blue water opened underneath the sun. I raised the porcelain slowly to my lips and watched the distant shoreline come undone. A wide-brimmed hat was shading half my face. Pearls rested cool against my summer dress. No one was waiting for me anywhere, and somehow I had never felt more blessed. Once I thought an empty chair meant loneliness. Now I know it sometimes means a little rest. The afternoon wore pearls and the sea wore shades of blue. Flowers turned above my shoulder as the warm wind wandered through. I had nowhere I must hurry, no old promise left to keep. So I let the whole white summer come and sit a while with me. A white boat crossed the water far below. Its little wake disappeared behind. I poured another cup and watched it go. With nothing I was trying hard to find. There was a time I needed someone's hand to make a beautiful day feel complete. Today the breeze was company enough, and sunlight settled gently at my feet. Maybe growing older isn't losing youth. Maybe it's discovering what is enough. The afternoon wore pearls and the sea wore shades of blue. Flowers turned above my shoulder as the warm wind wandered through. I had nowhere I must hurry, no old promise left to keep. So I let the whole white summer come and sit a while with me. I have loved and I have said goodbye. I've watched some cherished seasons disappear, but every ending left a little room for days I never knew were waiting here. The afternoon wore pearls as the sun began to lean. Golden shadows crossed the table, softening everything I'd seen. I took one final sip of summer while the flowers moved above, and I knew a life could still be beautiful without explaining it through love.
I saw you somewhere past the garden chairs, where summer flowers leaned into the air. You turned your face a little toward the coast, and I knew you before I came close. There were other people passing by, glasses catching pieces of the sky. Still among 100 moving things, there was something only you could bring. Not the dress, not anything you wore, just a way I've always known before. I knew you across the garden before you ever looked my way. By the way you watched the distance, as if listening to the day. After all the years between us, there are things I cannot name. I would know you in a crowded room without anyone saying your name. I reached the table as you turned around. You gave that little smile without a sound. I pulled the empty chair a little near, and somehow all the distance disappeared. We didn't speak of where the years had gone, or count the seasons we had carried on. You simply moved your hand beside my own, and every unfamiliar place felt known. Maybe love grows quieter with time, until a gesture says more than a line. I knew you across the garden before you ever looked my way. By the way you watched the distance, as if listening to the day. After all the years between us, there are things I cannot name. I would know you in a crowded room without anyone saying your name. We once needed words for everything, promises for what the years might bring. Now I only need to see you turn, and something in me knows where I belong. I knew you across the garden when the evening softened everything. No great promise passed between us, no new story had to begin. You were simply there before me, and I understood again. Somebody can become so known, you recognize them without a name.
Oleanders leaned above the wall. Their shadows trembled softly near my hair. A warm breeze carried traces of the coast and loosened one small curl beside my hair. I had no reason to remember, still something tender filled the air. The oleanders by the wall kept moving in the afternoon, petals turning with the breeze beneath the pale and open blue. I didn't need to keep the moment or ask the day for anything. I simply watched the flowers moving and felt my own life gently breathe. One fallen petal touched the tablecloth. I placed it lightly near the saucer rim. Before I rose, the breeze had taken it, and somehow I was glad it hadn't stayed. Some lovely things are beautiful because we never make them ours. The oleanders by the wall were glowing as the day grew mild. I left the petal to the wind and stayed there for a little while. No souvenir inside my handbag, no promise hidden in the scene. Only flowers, air and distance, and a woman feeling free. A piece of sea glass rested near the stone, pale green and softened by 1,000 tides. I lifted it and held it to the sun. A little world of blue appeared inside. Once it must have carried sharper edges. Now the years had made them kind. Sea glass in my palm, cool and gentle in the sun. All the waves that passed above it had not taken every color. Maybe I am something like it, changed but not erased with time. Still a little blue and beautiful when held against the light. I carried it back up toward my chair, then stopped before I placed it in my bag. Some treasures feel more beautiful somehow when we don't insist on taking them. water, find it once again. Sea glass in my palm stayed with me for just a while. I left it where the water could keep polishing its sides. I walked back through the garden with nothing added to my hands. Still something in me felt more graceful than before I found it there. Blue mosaic pieces warmed beneath the sun. The narrow steps curved gently toward the shore. I carried both my shoes within one hand and felt the stone beneath my feet once more. A faded railing followed every turn. Small lizards disappeared between the walls. I slowed where cooler shadows crossed the stairs and heard the water somewhere far below. For years I walked as though each step had somewhere important it must lead. Barefoot on the mosaic steps, I let the afternoon decide. No careful pace, no measured distance, nothing waiting at the other side. The stones were warm beneath me, the air was sweet and wide, and every little downward turn felt like returning to my life. Halfway down I stopped beside the wall and watched a yellow butterfly go past. My shoes hung lightly from my fingertips. For once I wasn't trying to arrive. Perhaps the sweetest journeys are the ones we never hurry through. Barefoot on the mosaic steps, I reached the lowest turn at last. Not because I hurried toward it, not because I fled the past. I simply let the warm stones teach my feet another pace. And when the water opened before me, I was smiling at my own face.
turned toward the water for a while. The evening rested lightly on your shoulder. I almost said how beautiful you looked, then kept the thought and simply watched you smile. Stay just as you are. Don't turn because of me. Some moments lose their beauty when we ask them what they mean. Let the evening find you exactly where you are. A waiter carried silver trays inside. The warmer part of day was nearly over. You brushed one loose strand gently from your cheek and asked me why I'd suddenly gone quiet. I said nothing, and for once nothing was enough. There were years I tried to name, everything I hoped would last. Now I know the dearest things can happen quietly and pass. Stay just as you are, while the warmer colors fade. I don't need to hold this evening for it to have been beautifully made. If tomorrow changes everything, tonight was still enough. Rested on your shoulder, and I was glad that I was there.
I laid my blue scarf on the garden stone. The breeze kept lifting one corner at a time. Below, the coast was turning soft and pale, and distant roofs were losing all their shine. I had worn it through another summer, folded neatly everywhere I went. Today I let it flutter without fixing it, and watch the fabric answer to the wind. A blue scarf on the stone moved as though it had a mind, one edge reaching toward the water, one edge resting close to mine. I didn't pin it, didn't hold it, didn't ask it to behave. For a little while I liked the way the breeze could have its way. grass below with summer flowers. Two children chased a paper hoop along. Somewhere dishes touch behind the doorway. Then everything returned to being calm. I picked the scarf up when the air grew cooler, wrapped it once and left the ends untied. There are days when being slightly undone feels more graceful than getting everything right. I spent so many years arranging every detail before it could begin. Now I leave a little room around me for whatever chooses to come in. A blue scarf on the stone had already taught me what I knew. Not every lovely thing needs keeping exactly where we meant it to. So I walked back through the garden with the loose ends in the air, and the evening felt more beautiful because I hadn't planned it there. I left a little room for the wind. I slipped the gloves from one hand and the other and laid them neatly near the empty glass. The marble underneath my fingertips was cool from where the afternoon had passed. All day I'd carried everything with care. My dress, my words, the way I held my smile. But evening moved so freely through the room, I thought I'd do the same for just a while. My hands in the evening air, nothing hidden, nothing held. I could feel the cooling table and the breeze against myself. No need to make the moment graceful. It already knew its way. So I rested both my hands there and let evening end the day. The dining room was opening inside. I heard the silver quietly being laid. Someone drew the curtains farther down, while outside all the warmer colors changed. I looked at all the rings upon my hand, small witnesses to years already gone, then turned them toward the fading summer sky, and liked the way they looked exactly now. Spent years trying to appear as though nothing ever moved me. Now I I find a softer kind of strength, and letting every feeling simply be. My hands in the evening air held no future, held no past, only warmth beneath the skin, and one day settling at last. When I rose, I took my gloves, but left them folded for a while, just to feel the evening once more on the hands that lived my life.
Swallows circled over painted walls, turning where the afternoon was clear. I watched them disappear beyond the roof, then watched them find their way returning here. The stone beneath my chair was holding warmth. An open arch framed one small piece of blue. Nothing in the garden seemed surprised, as though the birds had always known what to do. Swallows over the white courtyard, turning once and coming through. Every year they find this corner, every year I come here new. They don't ask what I have carried, they don't mind the years I've known. They just cross the summer above me, then find their own way home. Last year I might have counted what had changed, measured every absence, every gain. Today I only watch their shadows pass across the wall and vanish once again. One bird rested briefly on the ledge, then lifted before I could look twice. I like that nothing asked me to explain the kind of man I'd become with time. Maybe coming back doesn't mean returning to before. Maybe we can know a place by heart and still arrive as someone more. Swallows over the white courtyard, turning through the amber air. They were not the birds from last year. I was not the man from there. Still the walls receive their shadows. Still the evening let them roam. And I smile to see that changing doesn't mean we've lost our home. I stayed until the last one crossed the roof.
The brim drew a circle across my cheek, then wandered slowly down the painted chair. Beyond the garden, afternoon grew pale, and warm salt wandered lightly through the air. I turned my face away from the sun and watched the shade move softly with my head. No clock was calling from the little room. No footsteps waited somewhere up ahead. There was a time I measured every hour by who might come and who might leave. The shadow of my summer hat moved slowly with the turning day, across my hands, across the chair, then quietly slipped away. I didn't ask the sun to linger, I didn't ask the hour to stay. Some beautiful things touch us once and become enough that way. A waiter gathered glasses farther down. White tablecloths were folded one by one. I heard a bicycle beyond the wall. Then everything grew softer in the sun. I lifted up my hat against the breeze and held it lightly underneath my arm. For just a moment, nothing covered me, and evening rested warmly on my face. I once believed that letting moments pass meant losing what had made them dear. The shadow of my summer hat moved slowly with the turning day, across my hands, across the chair, then quietly slipped away. I didn't ask the sun to linger, I didn't ask the hour to stay. Some beautiful things touch us once and become enough that way. Perhaps the sweetest part of growing older is knowing when to leave a thing untouched. Not every lovely hour needs forever. Sometimes one afternoon is quite enough. The shadow of my summer hat was almost gone when evening came. I placed the hat beside the flowers and watched the sky begin to change. Nothing in me felt unfinished. Nothing needed one more day. I let the final warmth fall on me, then rose and gently walked away. Lightly at the edge, small shadows moved across the garden wall. A silver spoon turned slowly in its dish, as if the day had heard a distant call. The flowers leaned together in the breeze, their petals trembling gently overhead. I rested both my hands upon the table and let the moment go where it was led. Nothing asked me to remember, nothing asked me to forget. When the terrace began to waltz, everything moved 3 by 3. Curtains, leaves, and summer shadows turning gracefully with me. I had nowhere else to wander, nothing waiting to be said. So I gave the hour my hand and let the whole world dance instead. A little breeze moved through the open arch. The porcelain gave one delicate reply. Far beyond the railing, roofs grew pale beneath the slowly deepening evening sky. I used to think that beautiful things were meant to happen 2 by 2, but some of life's most graceful hours arrive when no one else is due. Maybe joy can enter quietly without announcing why it came. When the terrace began to waltz, everything moved 3 by 3. Curtains, leaves, and summer shadows turning gracefully the whole world dance instead. There are dances meant for crowded rooms, and others only evening knows. One begins with someone taking your hand, another starts when you let go. And the terrace began to waltz. I rose slowly from my chair. Every blossom seemed to follow, every ribbon of warm air. I didn't need a partner for the evening to feel complete. I simply turned once with the breeze and smiled before I took my seat. The glasses had been gathered from the tables. The warmer part of day was almost gone. Far beyond the roofs the sky grew deeper, and still I didn't feel the day was done. I stood a moment underneath the awning, listening to footsteps farther down the lane. There was nowhere I was being called to, and somehow that no longer felt the same. Tomorrow still belongs to me. There are mornings I have yet to see, roads I haven't thought of taking, names of places still unknown to me. I have carried many seasons, I have watched so many leave, but tomorrow still belongs to me. I used to think the finest days were numbered, as though beauty slowly closed its door. Now I know the years don't only take things, sometimes they teach us how to notice more. A distant window opens somewhere above me. Someone laughed and disappeared inside. I smiled without a reason I could explain, and started walking with the changing sky. I am not waiting for my life to return. It never really went away. Tomorrow still belongs to me. years come as they will, I have more of me to give. Tomorrow still belongs to me. So I turned once toward the water, then toward the road ahead, not to leave my life behind me, but to meet what comes instead. An ivory fan lay folded by my cup, its painted flowers faded at the edge. I opened it and felt the evening air move gently from the garden to my face. Beyond the wall, the distant water gleamed. A few white clouds were thinning overhead. The day had lost its brightest summer heat, and softer colors gathered there instead. I used to think the finest hours had to leave a story in their place. The ivory fan at sunset opened slowly in my hand, little painted flowers moving with the air above the sand. Nothing happened worth remembering, nothing called me from my chair. Still I knew that I would keep the feeling of that evening somewhere. The porcelain had cooled beneath my hand. A gardener closed the little wooden gate. I watched the shadows lengthen by the wall and felt no need to hurry with the day. I folded up the fan and opened it just for the pleasure of the sound it made. A tiny click, then summer air again. So small a thing, and yet I wish to stay. Perhaps a life is partly made of moments no one else would ever name. The ivory fan at sunset opened slowly in my hand, little painted flowers moving with the air above the sand. Nothing happened worth remembering, nothing called me from my chair. Still I knew that I would keep the feeling of that evening somewhere.
with summer folded loosely at my sleeves. The stone was warm beneath the evening air, and somewhere close a curtain touched the breeze. Beyond the columns, water changed its shade, from turquoise into something pale and slow. I stopped where iron railings faced the coast, with nowhere I was asking life to go. Once I thought a good day needed plans. Now I let some hours choose themselves. The hour the sea turned silver, I had nothing left to chase, just the cooling air around me and the years upon my face. No one called me from a doorway, no appointment asked me when, so I stayed until the water changed its color once again. A waiter carried lanterns through the hall. Their little flames were waking one by one. A linen jacket rested on my arm. The heat of afternoon was nearly done. I heard 3 notes from somewhere far inside, perhaps a radio, perhaps a violin. I never found the room they traveled from. I only like the way they wandered in. Some things are sweeter left unknown. A passing sound can be enough alone. The hour the sea turned silver, I had nothing left to chase, just the cooling air around me and the years upon my face. No one called me from a doorway, no appointment asked me when, so I stayed until the water changed its color once again. There were years I hurried through, afraid that slowing down meant falling behind. Now an evening without purpose feels like something life was saving for its time. The hour the sea turned silver, lanterns opened down the hall. I had missed no grand occasion, I had answered no one's call. Still I carried something homeward that no calendar could name, just the sea becoming silver and a man no longer in a race.
The garden air was warm against my skin. A distant sail moved slowly out of view. I heard the piano somewhere down the coast, and suddenly remembered something old. I must have been no more than 17, in shoes that never quite stayed on my feet. You held one hand and showed me how to turn so patiently across the living room. You never told me dancing made us brave. You only smiled and let me find my way. The waltz my father taught me still returns from time to time. A steady hand, a gentle turn, a room I carry in my mind. You said, don't watch your feet so closely. Let the music show you where. And all these years have passed, but I can almost feel your hand still there. The afternoon grew softer by the shore. A breeze moved through the flowers near my chair. I stood and smoothed the folds along my dress, then took one little step into the air. No ballroom waited underneath my feet. No orchestra was playing just for me. Only the distant piano and the breeze, and something young returning quietly. Perhaps we keep the smallest things the longest. A way of standing, turning, letting go. The waltz my father taught me still returns from time to time. A steady hand, a gentle turn, a room I carry in my mind. You said, don't watch your feet so closely. Let the music show you where. And all these years have passed, but I can almost feel your hand still there. I have crossed more rooms than I remember. I have danced through joy and through goodbye. But whenever life has made me uncertain, I hear your patient voice somewhere inside. The waltz my father taught me feels more precious every year. Not because I wish to turn back time or make the old days reappear. You simply taught me how to move. When I was frightened I might fall, and maybe that was more than dancing. Maybe that was love after all. Celia leaned above the wall. Blue water opened underneath the sun. I raised the porcelain slowly to my lips and watched the distant shoreline come undone. A wide-brimmed hat was shading half my face. Pearls rested cool against my summer dress. No one was waiting for me anywhere, and somehow I had never felt more blessed. Once I thought an empty chair meant loneliness. Now I know it sometimes means a little rest. The afternoon wore pearls and the sea wore shades of blue. Flowers turned above my shoulder as the warm wind wandered through. I had nowhere, I must hurry. No old promise left to keep. So I let the whole white summer come and sit a while with me. A white boat crossed the water far below. Its little wake disappeared behind. I poured another cup and watched it go. With nothing I was trying hard to find. There was a time I needed someone's hand to make a beautiful day feel complete. Today the breeze was company enough, and sunlight settled gently at my feet. Maybe growing older isn't losing youth. Maybe it's discovering what is enough. The afternoon wore pearls and the sea wore shades of blue. Flowers turned above my shoulder as the warm wind wandered through. I had nowhere, I must hurry. No old promise left to keep. So I let the whole white summer come and sit a while with me. I have loved and I have said goodbye. I've watched some cherished seasons disappear, but every ending left a little room for days I never knew were waiting here. The afternoon wore pearls as the sun began to lean. Golden shadows crossed the table, softening everything I'd seen. I took one final sip of summer while the flowers moved above, and I knew a life could still be beautiful without explaining it through love.
I saw you somewhere past the garden chairs, where summer flowers leaned into the air. You turned your face a little toward the the coast, and I knew you before I came close. There were other people passing by, glasses catching pieces of the sky. Still among 100 moving things, there was something only you could bring. Not the dress, not anything you wore, just a way I've always known before. I knew you across the garden before you ever looked my way. By the way you watched the distance, as if listening to the day. After all the years between us, there are things I cannot name. I would know you in a crowded room without anyone saying your name. I reached the table as you turned around. You gave that little smile without a sound. I pulled the empty chair a little near, and somehow all the distance disappeared. We didn't speak of where the years had gone, or count the seasons we had carried on. You simply moved your hand beside my own, and every unfamiliar place felt known. Maybe love grows quieter with time, until a gesture says more than a line. I knew you across the garden before you ever looked my way. By the way you watched the distance, as if listening to the day. After all the years between us, there are things I cannot name. I would know you in a crowded room without anyone saying your name. We once needed words for everything, promises for what the years might bring. Now I only need to see you turn, and something in me knows where I belong. I knew you across the garden when the evening softened everything. No great promise passed between us, no new story had to begin. You were simply there before me, and I understood again. Somebody can become so known, you recognize them without a name.
Oleanders leaned above the wall. Their shadows trembled softly near my breeze carry traces of the coast, and loosened one small curl beside my hair. I had no reason to remember, still something tender filled the air. The oleanders by the wall kept moving in the afternoon, petals turning with the breeze beneath the pale and open blue. I didn't need to keep the moment or ask the day for anything. I simply watched the flowers moving and felt my own life gently breathe. One fallen petal touched the tablecloth. I placed it lightly near the saucer rim. Before I rose, the breeze had taken it, and somehow I was glad it hadn't stayed. Some lovely things are beautiful because we never make them ours. The oleanders by the wall were glowing as the day grew mild. I left the petal to the wind and stayed there for a little while. No souvenir inside my handbag, no promise hidden in the seam. Only flowers, air and distance, and a woman feeling free. A piece of sea glass rested near the stone, pale green and softened by 1,000 tides. I lifted it and held it to the sun. A little world of blue appeared inside. Once it must have carried sharper edges. Now the years had made them kind. Sea glass in my palm, cool and gentle in the sun. All the waves that passed above it had not taken every color. Maybe I am something like it, changed but not erased with time. Still a little blue and beautiful when held against the light. I carried it back up toward my chair, then stopped before I placed it in my bag. Some treasures feel more beautiful somehow when we don't insist on taking them away. the shore and watch the water find it once again. Sea glass in my palm stayed with me for just a while. I left it where the water could keep polishing its sides. I walked back through the garden with nothing added to my hands. Still something in me felt more graceful than before I found it there. Blue mosaic pieces warmed beneath the sun. The narrow steps curved gently toward the shore. I carried both my shoes within one hand and felt the stone beneath my feet once more. A faded railing followed every turn. Small lizards disappeared between the walls. I slowed where cooler shadows crossed the stairs and heard the water somewhere far below. For years I walked as though each step had somewhere important it must lead. Barefoot on the mosaic steps, I let the afternoon decide. No careful pace, no measured distance, nothing waiting at the other side. The stones were warm beneath me, the air was sweet and wide, and every little downward turn felt like returning to my life. Halfway down I stopped beside the wall and watched a yellow butterfly go past. My shoes hung lightly from my fingertips. For once I wasn't trying to arrive. Perhaps the sweetest journeys are the ones we never hurry through. Barefoot on the mosaic steps, I reached the lowest turn at last. Not because I hurried toward it, not because I fled the past. I simply let the warm stones teach my feet another pace. And when the water opened before me, I was smiling at my
You turned toward the water for a while. The evening rested lightly on your shoulder. I almost said how beautiful you looked, then kept the thought and simply watched you smile. Stay just as you are. Don't turn because of me. Some moments lose their beauty when we ask them what they mean. Let the evening find you exactly where you are. A waiter carried silver trays inside. The warmer part of day was nearly over. You brushed one loose strand gently from your cheek and asked me why I'd suddenly gone quiet. I said nothing, and for once nothing was enough. There were years I tried to name, everything I hoped would last. Now I know the dearest things can happen quietly and pass. Stay just as you are, while the warmer colors fade. I don't need to hold this evening for it to have been beautifully made. If tomorrow changes everything, tonight was still enough. The evening rested on your shoulder, and I was glad that I was there.
I laid my blue scarf on the garden stone. The breeze kept lifting one corner at a time. Below, the coast was turning soft and pale, and distant roofs were losing all their shine. I had worn it through another summer, folded neatly everywhere I went. Today I let it flutter without fixing it, and watch the fabric answer to the wind. A blue scarf on the stone moved as though it had a mind, one edge reaching toward the water, one edge resting close to mine. I didn't pin it, didn't hold it, didn't ask it to behave. For a little while I liked the way the breeze could have its way. and chased a paper hoop along. Somewhere dishes touch behind the doorway. Then everything returned to being calm. I picked the scarf up when the air grew cooler, wrapped it once and left the ends untied. There are days when being slightly undone feels more graceful than getting everything right. I spent so many years arranging every detail before it could begin. Now I leave a little room around me for whatever chooses to come in. A blue scarf on the stone had already taught me what I knew. Not every lovely thing needs keeping exactly where we meant it to. So I walked back through the garden with the loose ends in the air, and the evening felt more beautiful because I hadn't planned it there. I left a little room for the wind. I slipped the gloves from one hand, then the other, and laid them neatly near the empty glass. The marble underneath my fingertips was cool from where the afternoon had passed. All day I'd carried everything with care. My dress, my words, the way I held my smile. But evening moved so freely through the room, I thought I'd do the same for just a while. My hands in the evening air, nothing hidden, nothing held. I could feel the cooling table and the breeze against myself. No need to make the moment graceful. It already knew its way. So I rested both my hands there and let evening end the day. The dining room was opening inside. I heard the silver quietly being laid. Someone drew the curtains farther down, while outside all the warmer colors changed. I looked at all the rings upon my hand, small witnesses to years already gone, then turned them toward the fading summer sky. And like the way they looked exactly now. I spent years trying to appear as though nothing ever moved me. Now I find a softer kind of strength and letting every feeling simply be. My hands in the evening air held no future, held no past, only warmth beneath the skin, and one day settling at last. When I rose, I took my gloves, but left them folded for a while, just to feel the evening once more on the hands that lived my life.
Swallows circled over painted walls, turning where the afternoon was clear. I watched them disappear beyond the roof, then watched them find their way returning here. The stone beneath my chair was holding warmth. An open arch framed one small piece of blue. Nothing in the garden seemed surprised, as though the birds had always known what to do. Swallows over the white courtyard, turning once and coming through. Every year they find this corner, every year I come here new. They don't ask what I have carried, they don't mind the years I've known. They just cross the summer above me, then find their own way home. Last year I might have counted what had changed, measured every absence, every gain. Today I only watch their shadows pass across the wall and vanish once again. One bird rested briefly on the ledge, then lifted before I could look twice. I like that nothing asked me to explain the kind of man I'd become with time. Maybe coming back doesn't mean returning to before. Maybe we can know a place by heart and still arrive as someone more. Swallows over the white courtyard, turning through the amber air. They were not the birds from last year. I was not the man from there. Still the walls receive their shadows. Still the evening let them roam. And I smile to see that changing doesn't mean we've lost our home. I stayed until the last one crossed the roof.
The brim drew a circle across my cheek, then wandered slowly down the painted chair. Beyond the garden, afternoon grew pale, and warm salt wandered lightly through the air. I turned my face away from the sun and watched the shade move softly with my head. No clock was calling from the little room. No footsteps waited somewhere up ahead. There was a time I measured every hour by who might come and who might leave. The shadow of my summer hat moved slowly with the turning day, across my hands, across the chair, then quietly slipped away. I didn't ask the sun to linger. I didn't ask the hour to stay. Some beautiful things touch us once and become enough that way. A waiter gathered glasses farther down. White tablecloths were folded one by one. I heard a bicycle beyond the wall. Then everything grew softer in the sun. I lifted up my hat against the breeze and held it lightly underneath my arm. For just a moment, nothing covered me, and evening rested warmly on my face. I once believed that letting moments pass meant losing what had made them dear. The shadow of my summer hat moved slowly with the turning day, across my hands, across the chair, then quietly slipped away. I didn't ask the sun to linger. I didn't ask the hour to stay. Some beautiful things touch us once and become enough that way. Perhaps the sweetest part of growing older is knowing when to leave a thing untouched. Not every lovely hour needs forever. Sometimes one afternoon is quite enough. The shadow of my summer hat was almost gone when evening came. I placed the hat beside the flowers and watched the sky begin to change. Nothing in me felt unfinished. Nothing needed one more day. I let the final warmth fall on me, then rose and gently walked away.